So we've spoken to some of those young people who have been out night after night protesting against your government, your party, your foreign agents law, and they feel very, very deeply, whether you think they're right or wrong, I'm sure you think they're wrong, but they feel deeply that Georgian democracy is under threat as a result of your proposed changes. Why are they wrong?
Well, I have to say that in the streets we see the people who some of them are really believing in that there is a threat. I love the evidences, and when you look at the evidences, and this is evidence of a 12 years work of the Georgian dream, and if you look at the evidences, you see that Georgia has never been so democratic, and democracy of Georgia has never been to that level when we are now, and Georgia has never been so close to Europe as it's now.
Well, they say that with this law, your government will be able to use it to shut down dissent, to shut down organisations that they don't like. So if it's so democratic, as you say, why do you need it?
All this is a perception, and today we are in an era where lots of the things are led by the perceptions. If we move from perceptions to the real words, and this is one of the most simple law I have seen during these 4 years.
Your Prime Minister has spoken of a global war party. What is a global war party?
Well, this is something which, do you believe about Masons, Freemasons, for instance?
Right.
Those who we were hearing about them for decades, and who we were seeing that they do have the influence on world politics and everything. Today, when myself, I am involved in foreign relations, and sometimes when I have the partnership and then they say that, well, you are okay and you are doing well, but then there is additional voice.
So wait, sorry. So you think what are the Freemasons doing? You think the Freemasons are manipulating a global war?
I'm just comparing it as a personality. Like me personally, I'm comparing to it like Freemasons who are like a separate standing power who we do not know in person, right?
So who else? So the Freemasons, who else are there in a global? Because it can't just be the Masons. I mean, who else?
Masons who are having the influence, right? And we acknowledge that they do have the influence on world politics. So it's kind of a similar power. Who else other than the Masons are part of the global war party? Well, I don't know. But this is something which...
Your Prime Minister's spoken of it. Your Prime Minister's accused the global war party of manipulating the EU and the United States. So they must be very powerful.
The influence. Yeah. Who are having the influence in... I do not know in person, but there is additional power who are having this influence.
With respect, if your Prime Minister is accusing people, and there be a shadowy organisation which is concocting war on a global scale, which is affecting the EU, an organisation you hope to join, don't you think we ought to know who he means?
Yes, definitely, and we have the officials who are... This is also kind of a messaging them.
Who?
Like we are messaging whoever they are, but we
who
see...
are they? This sounds like the politics of conspiracy.
Conspiracy, yeah, we can name it as a conspiracy.
So you think there's a conspiracy which is concocting global war at the moment, or forcing the West into a war?
We've seen this as an evidence.
Isn't it Russia who is creating global war?
Definitely, they do have this influence as well.
So the Russians are being influenced by them as well?
I do not know exactly, because I do not know exactly who the personality they are meaning, but not to consider it as a conspiracy, but as a power who at the end of the day are having the influence. Because otherwise, if you consider that there is a merit-based decision and you are on like a front runner in all those merit-based activities,
do you really believe? You used to work at the World Bank. Do you really believe any of this stuff?
I used to work at the World Bank, and I truly believe about. It's not about. I am kind of going aside to all the international partners. I have to reiterate our thankfulness and appreciation, and I do hope, and my daily work is also to raise the funding, and I used to raise the funds from our partners. I have raised more than 15 million US dollar from the partners, and I will be continuing this way. And we have seen the partners. We see also that For instance, why the issue came and what was the key challenge of raising this law?
Mariam,
because there was the issue
Look,
about the transparency.
Isn't the truth, to be honest, that your party is and your Prime Minister and your billionaire backer are concocting these conspiracy theories about a global war party to try and buttress yourself in power, to try and say to your own population, these people are coming for you and we're going to protect you from them. It's a story as old as the hills.
No.
But you can't even name who these people are, who are in this global war party. So it sounds like a totally made up.
No, this is not made up. This is about the facts and this is about the evidences.
But there's no evidence. I've just asked you to name who they are and you can't say who they are apart from maybe some Freemasons.
Evidence from the decision why.
We could have played you a lot more of that interview. In so many ways, I was shocked by it. Whether she believed what she was saying or not, either way, in many ways, it was disturbing.